Well, Anzac Day is upon us again, and I'll tell you about this shortly, but Anzac Day is our special day, our day of remembrance and increasingly perhaps our day of unity. Young Massey University student Patrick Bronte quietly has been remembering and recording our war veterans, filling their stories, saving their thoughts and their voices and their faces for his generation. And this is a mission for Patrick, because Patrick himself, he knows about battles in his own very special way. He was 16 when an accident broke his neck and it left him fighting for his life. And it's been a very tough road back to health for Patrick. But it's the battles of others, the words of our returned men, that are helping this young man heal. This from Madamina Roderick.
If I could talk to every war veteran in New Zealand, I probably still wouldn't be satisfied. You hear all these stories about these guys and, you know, you're sitting there sort of with your jaw dropped down and you're going, whoa.
We were absolutely ignorant, fresh troops compared with...
We never thought about that sort of thing.
Soldier was all right, but the Italian officer was pretty hopeless. They
terror
really
and the
did.
boredom and the boozing, you know, we told him everything.
But you know, with like Anzac Day and Waipart,
yeah,
is it very big?
One's 21, the other is 82. Two unlikely mates brought together by the battles they've each faced.
Is it very big in Wimbledon?
yes, they turn out, the whole district turns out. It's amazing.
Oh, Sphones is the man. He is. He's the man. I can't say much more than that, really.
I think Patrick's one of the bravest persons I've ever seen in my life. I think he's a magnificent boy in that he's faced this awful disaster that's happened to him.
6 years ago, Patrick Bronte dived into a river and came up a tetraplegic. He fought for his life. He's fighting still.
Coming off those painkillers was hardcore. I mean, emotions are going up and down, a roller coaster. You know, be angry one minute and tears the next. Hey, Bones.
Then last year, Tony Langley, Bones, showed up to see Patrick's dad and ended up talking to Patrick instead. About war, about terror, about the boys who never came home.
My problems don't measure up anywhere near what they went through. I mean, this is nothing compared to what they had to go through.
Patrick's humility touches a nerve with veterans who open up to this young man and his camera. Bones was the first.
Well, memories of terror, that's all I remember more than anything. We're so frightened that none of us could talk, you know. It seems amazing to ordinary people. We just could not talk. We were so frightened.
Talk about getting off one drug. I mean, this kind of drug's something else, eh? Yeah, I just have to do it, and I just don't. I feel like I'm racing against the clock because they're not going to be here, and it's like I don't feel that I can get enough.
The process is slow. Patrick can't operate the camera. He relies on family and caregivers. The filming's a little ropey, but the results are remarkable.
There were some times when I was proud of what I did, and there were a lot of times when I thought I could have done better.
The shell came over and must have missed my nose by about 7 inches. I woke up after being knocked out with this explosion. It landed 18 inches away from my head, maybe 2 feet.
After I was wounded and taken prisoner of war, it was a long, long time before I got a letter from her, and that was a Dear John letter.
I feel really humbled, and I look at them as heroes. To me, I mean, Superman and Batman ain't got nothing on these guys.
Well, I would just disagree with that, I'm afraid. I think he's the brave one.
Because Patrick has battled addiction, depression, lost good friends and a struggle to cope with life in a wheelchair. He admits he used to be pretty confident with the girls. He isn't anymore.
My worry is that I won't be able to have the life that I was hoping to have, as far as, you know, the whole cliche, the white picket fence, the, you know, 2 or 3 kids in the backyard, your wife, you know, working together, having a life together, and basically, I think it's been alone. I want to go to
It's a slow journey, but he's got old mates on his side, teaching, reminding, remembering.
They open up to you, they tell you some things that, you know, they may have not ever told anyone else before. You feel so privileged to hear that. And then you feel, has anyone else recognised this? I mean, is Anzac Day enough? I don't think it is.
So you're a good man, Patrick. Patrick wants to make a documentary from a young person's perspective. He says travel, of course, is a little bit difficult for him. It'll take him some time, but he's determined, as he says, to meet as many returned people as he can.